It was a bright and sunny day when the first call came into the police station. A strange, distorted voice filled the line, laughing maniacally. Between the eerie laughs, it began to count down. 10, 9, 8. Panic seized the officers and they scrambled to trace the call. But before they could, the countdown reached 0. A deafening explosion rocked the city. Smoke and flames filled the air as the sound of chaos spread through the streets. Yet when they tried to trace the origin of the call, there was nothing. No signal, no source. Just the aftermath of death and destruction. At first it seemed like a one-time tragedy, an isolated incident, but soon it became clear this was only the beginning. Days passed, and the calls became more frequent. Each time the same sinister voice would call, laughing hysterically and counting down. And each time the countdown hit 0, another explosion followed. 10 calls, 10 explosions a day, with no pattern, no way to predict where it would strike next. Entire neighborhoods were being wiped out and the world spiraled into chaos. People were terrified, the streets emptied, businesses shut down. The sound of the phone ringing sent waves of terror through the police station. No place was safe and the police were powerless. No one knew when the next call would come or which place would be blown to dust. The once peaceful cities had turned into war zones, with citizens living in constant fear of the next blast. And then it happened. A video surfaced on the internet. At first glance it seemed like a prank, but the fear was real. The video began with a grainy image of a man in a fox mask. His hollow eyes stared into the camera as he tilted his head and started laughing, that same eerie laugh from the phone calls. As the laugh grew louder, he began counting down once again, 10, 9, 8. The viewers watched, paralyzed with fear. And as his fingers ticked down to 0, the screen flashed and another explosion erupted in the city. The police were in chaos. People were glued to their screens, not knowing if they would be the next victims. The man with the fox mask was now a ghost, a phantom who could strike anywhere, anytime without warning. He left no traces, no clues, just destruction and terror in his wake. But soon the videos began to change. Hidden in the laughter and madness were subtle clues. Numbers flashed on the screen. A strange sequence of letters appeared for a split second. The police, desperate to stop the carnage, worked tirelessly to decode the cryptic messages. After days of grueling work, they finally cracked it. The numbers pointed to a hospital on the outskirts of town. Armed with the information, the police mobilized immediately. They surrounded the hospital, prepared for whatever trap the madman had laid. As they stormed inside, the tension was palpable. The hallways were eerily quiet, empty, as if the building itself had been abandoned. But something was off, something unsettling about the stillness. And then it happened. The floor beneath them shook violently, and before anyone could react, the world around them exploded. A thunderous roar filled the air as the hospital was engulfed in flames. Hundreds died in an instant, their bodies crushed under the debris. The police, the doctors, the innocent, all gone. The last thing anyone saw was a flash of that same fox mask in the corner of a security camera, laughing as the fire consumed everything. The world descended further into chaos. There was no stopping the death laugh. No one knew when or where the next video would surface. No place was safe, and no one could escape the madman's game. And every time the laughter echoed, the countdown would begin again.